Hey guys and gals, Mike Cricket 113. This is the President JFKIII FCC AM FM CB radio, brand new from President Electronics. Thank you, Joby, for sending it. Looking forward to using the radio, reviewing the radio, going over functions and features and why this might be a good choice for you and why it might not be a good choice for you. But hey, we're going to go through it, and like we always do on this channel, when President sends us a radio, we play with it, and we keep using it. So I know Timber and I are going to get some use out of it for sure, so thank you, Joby, for that. So there's the front of the box. It's an AM/FM rig, front-firing speaker. I'm liking that already. And then the back of the box, let's see what we got here. Basically going over a little bit of the functions and features. We got on and off, automatic squelch, which is notorious for President Electronics, AM and FM, no sideband. Sorry guys, no sideband. So if you don't like that, then maybe it's not the radio for you, but don't discount it just because of that. Really digging the front firing speaker. I'm tired of having bottom fired or top fired speakers. And this one has a front firing speaker and some special feature with that as well. We will soon find out. Channel selector up and down, which is going to be on the radio, it looks like. And why don't we take a look at that? Yeah, it's on the front of the radio here, up and down, and then also on the mic, front firing speaker. Microphone jacks on the right, and a really big screen, a nice big screen. So we're going to pause here, get it hooked up, and then look at it. This is Mike Cricket 113. Real quick before I get this thing all hooked up, I'm noticing there's some ridge vents in here. This aluminum chassis, but it's not solid. It's, you know, the typical chassis. But I'm seeing some heating vents here. And I can see in there. I looked in there before. Don't mind the rat's nest of wires back there. And then it's got a smaller heat sink. Your connector for your antenna, your Vox mic plug or jack. You got your PA speaker and an extended speaker if you need one. As you can see, the smaller heat sink. And it gives you the model number, FCC ID, so on and so forth right there on the heat sink. So that's interesting. But yeah, I'm noticing some venting there. You can see it better right there. And then also on the bottom, there's two vents for that. So that's making me think that yes, it gets hot, but they're trying to compensate for the heat coming off the finals by putting these vents in here. So hopefully that solves the issue for them, because when I see this radio here, hold up for a second. All right, so now we have power onto the radio, which is brilliant. Got the orange color in there. You can see the front firing speaker there and that light that everybody's talking about. I'm going to key the microphone up real quick. So when you're transmitting some modulation there, the light will go on and off in red for transmit, which makes sense, just like the old days with the red transmit bulb and the green for receive. And so is the case with this as well. So it will peak, dim, and brighten when you modulate for transmit and receive. And also this light around the microphone, 6-pin, also goes off as well. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to turn on the weather band real quick so you can see the receive. So that's what you're going to see when you receive. When you have this light turned on, it's default on. You could shut it off if you want, if it's too bright for you in the cabin, in the car, I mean, or the truck or the rig or whatever. But I think it's good function for the house if you're using this on the farm or for your family. Say you use, I don't know, channel 14 FM, and that's your thing for the family. And when the bride goes out and she's at the grocery store or whatever, the hardware store, and you're at home watching the game and you see that light blinking in the corner of your eye, you know somebody that you love or whatever, your friend, is on the radio. So you could run over and go talk to them. So I think that's a great thing right there. You can turn it off. Like I said, you don't have to have this flash in your eye when you're driving down the road. So that's great. That's great. So I'm liking that. So that will light up. That will light up. The green is more of a spring green. The video is not really showing it right now. I have the orange function, or the orange setting right here on the screen, just to show you the contrast of the colors there. And I think that's brilliant. So hold up for a second and we'll be right back to. So yeah, I changed it to clear, and really shows how well the contrast is working there on the clear. I do like that. It's a nice big radio, big screen, 2 5/8 by 1 5/8, give or take. About 7 1/4 inches long and about 2 inches tall, give or take. I really think, for me, I think this would be a great radio to have at the house, down in the living room, where the family can use it, you know. This light here, as you can see, when you get a receive signal in, now I have this automatic squelch turned off, so that light's going to be on constantly. But when you see that light blinking there on receiving green, maybe your friends out there and you guys are parked on a frequency you guys use all the time, whether AM or FM, and say you're watching the game, but in the corner of the eye, you see that light flashing, and you know your buddy's on that frequency, on that channel, and he needs to talk to you, so you could run over and get on the radio. With the front firing speaker, it's not gonna be muffled, sitting on a table, and so that's gonna be very helpful. And as you saw before, you're gonna see that light blinking no problem across the living room. And having weather functions in this day and age, with the weather getting crazier and crazier, the National Weather Broadcast Radio, there's 7 channels on there. Mine just happens to be channel 4, 162.425. That's the closest. You may pick up other channels as well, so you'll be able to have the alert function on if you need it, especially if you're using this in the house and you want to know when there's some extreme or emergency weather coming your way. I think this is going to be perfect to have that function on as well. And you can have the radio on all the time. It's not going to draw a lot of power. 12 volt, 13.8 would be good. So when you modulate, you know, you're not drawing so many amps. And this would only draw about 4 amps, I think, full power, 4-watt radio, AM and FM. So yeah, really digging it. So we're going to read the manual a lot more. And we're going to talk about the radio a little bit more. And we're going to keep making well, President, that's your job. You guys keep making great radios, and we're going to keep reviewing them. And we're going to keep playing with the JFKIII FCC by President Electronics. Just wanted to give you a little rundown of what it looks like and how it's working. And we'll get to more of that later, so stay tuned. This is Mike Cricket 11373.